Hi, Naga Chaitanya, popularly known as Che.
Yes.
How did you get this name, Che?
I guess because Naga Chaitanya Akkineni is just a long name, so my friends decided to shorten it and say Che, which is what I go by also. It's become very familiar with everyone. Yeah.
You come from Telugu industry, film industry, and I recently shot with Kicha Sudeep Avre, like I told you, and I have this thing of learning languages. I think we live in a beautiful country called India, which has so many languages. So he taught me Kannada.
Okay.
मैंने बोल दिया था कन्नड़, तो उन्होंने मुझे बोला इट्स नॉट कन्नड़, हम हिंदी को हिंदी बुलाते हैं क्या, तो आप कन्नड़ मत बोलो, कन्नड़ा बोलो. He taught me in Kannada.
Okay.
How are you? Which is ನೀವು ಹೆಂಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ?
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
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 Okay.
So you have to teach us and all our viewers Telugu.
So to say the same thing in Telugu it will be మీరు ఎలా ఉన్నారు? మీరు ఎలా ఉన్నారు?
మీరు ఎలా ఉన్నారు?
Is how are you?
ఎలా ఉన్నారు?
Yeah. బాగున్నాను.
బాగున్నాను.
Yes.
Okay. బాగున్నాను.
Yeah.
Which
Teach
means,
me in Hindi.
So मैं आपको हिंदी में सुनाऊँ. क्या हाल है जनाब मोहतरम?
Oh my God. क्या हाल है जनाब
मोहतरम?
जनाबी मोहतरम. This is poetry or something?
This is a little bit of a Mughal-e-Azam style of Hindi. जनाब मोहतरम.
जनाब मोहतरम. What does it mean?
Respected sir.
Oh.
आपकी दुआ से हाल अच्छा है.
What does that mean? Before I say
all good by grace of your prayers.
आपकी दुआ से हाल अच्छा है. Okay. आपकी दुआ से हाल अच्छा है. I think I need to take classes after the interview is over.
When we see South films, we see more of nature.
Right.
I see more of villages. I see more of trees for some reason. I see more of the rural India.
Right.
And I see regular faces.
Right.
The girls look so beautiful, yet they don't try to conform to the Western standards of beauty.
Well, I think, beauty is I think the more real you are and who you are, if you showcase that is beautiful by itself. I think there's a misconception that only if you dress up and do so much amount of makeup and take this much time to get ready that you look beautiful. No, I think everyone has a natural beauty.
And also try to be perfect.
Yeah, I mean, but having said that, it's beauty is a different definition for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I think personally, if you present yourself in the most natural way, the way you've been put into this world, that's the most beautiful way you can put yourself out there. Absolutely.
Let's move forward. I want to talk about, we are coming to Laal Singh Chaddha. I want to talk about your family.
Okay.
A popular channel's tagline is, when you do something for 100 years, you get very good at it. So he belongs to a family which is popularly known as Akkineni.
Yes.
Daggubati family.
Yes, my father's side is Akkineni and my mom's side is Daggubati. Yeah.
And you are directly related to Rana Daggubati.
Yes, he's my first cousin.
He's your first cousin.
Yes.
He's a maternal cousin.
Yes,
Mama Kavita,
yes,
right?
That's right. Yes.
And you're also directly related to Venkatesh.
Yes, my uncle.
And of course, Nagarjuna.
Yes, my father.
So, Nageshwara Rao.
Yes, Akkineni Nageshwar Rao is my dad's dad. My grandfather.
Dad's dad. Yes. So he spent 75 years in the film industry. He was awarded with Dada Saheb Phalke Award. He was awarded with the second highest Indian civilian honor, which is Padma Vibhushan. And then we have Daggubati Ramanaidu ji.
Yes.
He has produced more than 150 films.
Yeah, he's in the Guinness Book of World Records for the maximum number of films produced. Now, you saying all this is putting a lot of pressure on me. Both the families have film studios which have been started quite some time back. Initially, the film industry was in Chennai, the Telugu film industry.
Right.
And then the Andhra government wanted the Telugu films to be shot in Andhra and shift to Andhra for the obvious reason, because the language spoken in Andhra is Telugu. So my grandfather Akkineni Nageshwar Rao was the first to come to Hyderabad and set up Annapurna Studios. And then my other grandfather Ramanaidu Garu, he also came and set up Ramanaidu Studios. So that's where the roots actually started from. But
your father has also spent so many years in the film industry. 3 national awards?
Yeah, I don't know the count, but yes, I think it's 3. I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah. Okay. You must be really good at choosing your scripts.
See, about being great at selecting scripts, no. I wish I was, but you know, we keep making mistakes from time to time, and the mistakes keep helping us grow. Of course, there's a lot of grooming, and there's a lot of what do you say, conditioning that came from the family. They can guide us in a certain way. But at the end of the day, the decision has to be our own, and that's what the families also insisted. That's what Dad rather keeps saying to me, you know, if you fall, it's okay, you fall. You'll only pick yourself up and learn.
You know, for an actor, for an artist, for a performer, it is very important for his personal life to be stable, happy and healthy for him to perform well. Now, I know many people would have asked you the question in different ways, but I want to know your take on relationships, broken relationships, and how does an artist gather himself up, especially because of this immense public scrutiny. What goes around him affects him too as a performer. After all, he's human. In this high pressure job, wear his boots again and go back to work.
Well, yeah, of course, what happens at home will affect your balance in many ways, and I truly believe that a happy home is always a happy mind. You know, you want to go back to your home, you want to go back to your family. So, yeah, when that balance gets affected, of course, everything around gets affected, but you also have to look at it in this way that I look at it like I've been given this amazing opportunity. You know, I've been so fortunate, so blessed, and there's this responsibility that I have that I should not let go, and I have this audience, the love from the audience. I cannot let them down. So all these factors, and of course the love for cinema. So these are the driving factors that pick me up and, you know, take me to work. But having said that, I've sort of developed a system for myself, or still, you know, I still groom myself every day and keep reminding myself not to let the lines blur. You know, definitely one thing will spill over to the other in some way or the other, but you know, you can control that process. Every day just work on it, build yourself up, work on the craft more and more, and that will keep shining. And you know, in a way it's hand in hand. You know, sometimes when this side of it is not that great, that side will give you that support, or when this side is not great, this side will give you that support. So just try and work on both parallelly, independently in their own way, and somewhere it'll all flow well.
Is there any bitterness
No,
about relationships?
no, absolutely not, absolutely not. In life, there should never be any bitterness.
Yeah.
I feel always come to terms, always come to, you know, find the conclusion and put a reason to it and keep moving on and be happy about everything.
And are you dating?
Huh?
Are you dating?
Am I? I'm going to smile and like be happy about it. What I'm up to, I'm not
Oh,
going to tell
that
you.
headline is everywhere. I got nothing more than that headline. I will only smile. Okay. You come across as an extremely unassuming person.
So I studied commerce in college. After that, somewhere during the third year of college, I sort of expressed to Dad saying I want to give acting a shot. It was because I lived in Chennai till I was about 18 and was with Mom, and I was quite cut away from the film industry because the film industry was in Hyderabad and all the shootings used to happen in Hyderabad. I used to just probably visit during summer vacation. So didn't have too much of a taste of what it's like, only heard about it.
Even though she herself came from a film family?
Yeah, but she was an interior designer. She was also cut off from the film industry. But after I shifted to Hyderabad for college, for BCom, that's when the bug bit me, and I went and told Dad, you know, that I want to give it a shot, and Mom, both of them. Mom said, finish your BCom and then train. Both Mom and Dad said, go to acting school and see if it's really something you like, or is it just a phase that you're going through. So did about a couple of years of training, and then finally decided to give it a shot and started my first film.
But then while you were growing up, you would have seen your father's movies. I mean, I watched your father's movies while I was growing up.
Yeah, but you just watch it like, okay, Dad's on screen, like that way, not like I want to be an actor. No, it was purely from an audience point of view. So then the first film was Josh, and that fared okay, but my second
Telugu film.
Yeah, Telugu. I've only done Telugu films till date.
Okay.
To just sum it up, this is my first Hindi film, and I've done, just finished a web series with Amazon Prime also. That's shot in Telugu.
It's a horror.
Yeah, it's a horror web series. That's shot in Telugu, but it's going to be released pan-India in all languages. Apart from that, I just signed a Telugu Tamil film with Venkat Prabhu. It's a bilingual. So this is the year where I've sort of, you know, forayed into other avenues also to try and get more exposure. Laal Singh happened purely, it was like a gift that came by, you know, it happened very organically, very unexpectedly.
But in 2022, your film with your father,
Bangar Raju.
Bangar Raju,
Yes.
that had released.
Yes, we did a film already. We did a film called Manam, me, dad, and granddad. Nageshwar Garu, my dad, Nagarjuna, and me.
As actors?
Yes, all three of us acted in the
God.
same. It was a phenomenal hit.
Say that name again. I'm
It's
going to
called
watch it.
Manam.
Manam.
It means us in Telugu.
Nice.
So it was a phenomenal hit. In fact, it was granddad's last film, so very special for us also. A lot of memories with him during that film. So after that, we did Bangar Raju again this year, which released during January.
Wow.
And got great response. It's a sequel of his film. There's already a first part. Soggade Chininaine, that's the first part, and Bangar Raju is the second part.
So now from Chennai to Hyderabad, you come to Mumbai.
Yes, I think my first memory of Mumbai was acting school. I came here, for 4 months. I did like a summer workshop here and went back. That was my first experience. And after that, it's just been on and off, you know, ad shoots, stuff like that. But for Laal Singh, I did spend a good amount of time here.
So what did you learn in the acting school?
Well, the main thing I think I learned in acting school was, I was a very shy kid, still am, a lot of traces of it, was, you know, to sort of shed the inhibitions, break those barriers, and basically just feel free, you know, open up. That was the main purpose. And it gave me a clarity on what the profession sort of demands, you know, what it is to be an actor, a very rough idea. So came out of that 4 months with a lot of clarity.
So you're a trained actor, son of a superstar, grandson of a legendary superstar. And now you're working with Aamir Khan. And I saw those videos where Aamir Khan has actually gone to an event where your father is there, Mr. Venkatesh is there. Was it in Hyderabad?
Yeah, it was so sweet of him. I had this film release called Love Story, and he came for the pre-release event. It was quite a surprise actually. He called me, he said, I love the trailer, I'm going to fly down. And he came down the next day and extended his support. I mean, we were all so touched. And the Telugu industry itself was so happy to have him over there on that stage. It was a lovely moment.
I'm sure Aamir, as a creative person, would have imagined so many collaborations that are waiting to happen. You know, we are waiting to come together and make something like Mr. Rajamouli, like, you know.
Yeah, but Aamir sir, I feel, has always been very for that method. Like if you look at his previous films like Rangade Basanti or Three Idiots, he's always casted from the south and always kept all the cultures, all the language, you know, basically all different sections of the audience in mind. So, and it's always worked well for him. And it's great that he encourages this.
He encourages that. Even Madhavan's casting was very good because when I was speaking to Kicha Sudeep Avre, and I realized, you know, in India, you go to Kashmir, there's more of sh pronounce, the letter sh. They call Posh and sh, a lot of shs. You come to UP where there is Urdu, there's a lot of z. In Marathi, there's a lot of th. So when you talk of Telugu and Tamil, I think there's a lot of d.
Yeah, you probably find that a lot in Tamil. You'll probably find that sound in Tamil. But Telugu again is split between, you'll find a Telangana Telugu and an Andhra Telugu. Both have a very different rhyme to it again.
Really?
Yes.
Which is more popular in movies?
Oh, it's both equally. I mean, Hyderabad falls under Telangana, and Vijayawada, Vizag, these are some of the popular cities from Andhra. So yeah, both the rhyming of both the languages are very, very different. Again, you'll see a lot of stark contrast between the two. Popularity wise, both are equally popular.
And while researching, I got to know that he is in love with food, and you're a food entrepreneur as well.
Yes, well, I have this cloud kitchen called Shoyu. We do Japanese, Pan-Asian Japanese food. It's something I started 6 months back. I've always grown. Dad has been into food as well. He's had restaurants and he still has a convention center. And so I think that rubbed off on me somewhere.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so it's a hobby, it's a passion hobby that I have.
Amazing. So what do you suggest I should come and have in your restaurant?
You should come have sushi.
So now we come to Laal Singh Chaddha. you don't share screen space with Kareena, and
Yeah.
you've not shot with her at all.
Yeah, no, I have not. I have
Really?
not. I have not. I know everyone's been asking me this, and I'm sadly saying no. I've not shared screen space with Kareena ma'am. Neither have I, bumped into her in any of the promotions. I hope so in the future. But yeah, I've seen her role. I've seen how Rupa's role has come out in the film because I watched the film, and it's lovely. I mean, it's amazing what she's done, and the chemistry between Rupa and Laal is something you're going to walk away with. It's going to bring tears to your eyes. It's going to bring happiness.
Yeah, yeah. Very, very clear from the trailers also.
Correct,
It has a very high emotional quotient to it. And this Forrest Gump has taken a long time for it to be remade in Hindi. Aamir himself told me 10 years. And I even suggested a few changes in the trailers which Aamir incorporated.
Okay, nice.
Like when in original Forrest Gump, if you have not watched Forrest Gump, you have to watch it. You can watch Laal Singh Chaddha without watching it, but if you watch Forrest Gump and then you watch it, maybe it's going to be an added experience because then you will be able to compare how difficult it is to make a Forrest Gump for Indian audiences and how difficult it is to go through the entire process. And by the way, it is an official remake. It's not an inspiration. He's gone Aamir told us stories of how many times he went to US.
Yeah, he had to, I think it took him some time to convince the makers to give it to him and trust him with their baby. So yeah, that took time. And I mean, yeah, obviously it's such an iconic film. Anyone would be protective about.
Very. And the scenes that you mostly have with Aamir are in the battlefield.
That's right.
Yeah, and I guess this is for the first time that you were attempting something like this.
I have done a little bit of army work in a film called Venki Mama, but this is the first time I think that I'm actually fighting a war and getting into that intensity, and actually going through some army training and stuff like that. So yes, it was quite a new experience. Even the locations we shot in Kargil, and very high altitude, very hard conditions to shoot in. That was very memorable for me, and then we shot most of the training episodes in Srinagar. So yeah, all in all, it was a great experience. I think it's something that will stay very close to me because I got to spend so much time with the team during these shooting episodes. It's really got to know them as people, understand their processes. At the end of the day, films work, don't work, they're not too much in your control, but the journey, what you make from the journey, what you learn from it, is something that you can keep with you for life. So this film really gave me a lot of that. Working on Aamir sir's set, the kind of importance he gives to planning is something I've not seen anywhere. The kind of importance he gives to screenings, to showing people the film and taking their opinions and fine-tuning the product again and again, I've not seen anywhere. I've only heard of these processes, but experiencing it for the first time taught me so much. No one takes or no one gives that 4 or 5 months of prep before you actually go to a shoot. I mean, I spent that time with the team, with Advait, with Aamir sir, focusing on my lines, on the look. They gave that importance, and I really enjoyed that process. In Telugu cinema, the processes, see, everyone has their own process. It's a creative field. Creative processes can be anything. There's no right or wrong to anything, I feel. Everything has consequences. So you go with what flows best for that team and for that work culture. So I don't know, I won't compare. I think everyone has their right to make things their own way as long as it's turning out successful. Yeah.
And for different movies, you learn different arts or different sports.
Absolutely.
Like you learned hockey for a film, you learned dancing.
I had to dance because of Sai Pallavi. She's such a brilliant dancer.
Brilliant dancer.
Yeah. So love story. I was playing a Zumba instructor and I learned dancing for that. Thank you. There's a college episode where I play a lot of hockey, and then Majli there was cricket. So yeah.
Dance steps, बैठे कोई dance steps सिखा दीजिए.
It's on YouTube. Watch it.
So okay, I'll show you a dance step. You just have to copy me. Challenge accepted.
Okay.
Okay, do this.
That's literally like a skill. I don't even think
that's
I'm
a Sai Pallavi kind of a
flexible. Like that's not even a step, that's a skill to test your flexibility, I think.
And now that you've come to Hindi cinema,
right,
are you here to stay? We want more of you.
You guys should tell me on the 11th of August. I think that question will be answered. Just waiting to see how the audience reacts to me, how they own up, and I think I'm going to make some decisions based on that.
we've seen a lot of your maternal cousin Rana Daggubati because of Baahubali. He suddenly became this god. You have talent from all walks of life. You have content from all over. How does it feel to be an artist in this highly competitive environment?
I think we're in amazing times right now because there's so much exposure we're getting. As an actor, I crave for maximum exposure for my work. And now, because of all the mediums, I am able to get that. You know, there's OTT, there's theatre, there's the internet. So there's so much more opportunity for work and for newer content. But at the same time, yes, there's so much talent around you. So you have to be very precise with your moves. You can't afford to make too many mistakes because someone is there to replace you. And the audience is sort of consuming content from world over. It's not just Indian content anymore, it's world over. So they're exposed. So yeah, we have to be very precise and clinical with our moves.
Could you tell us a few Telugu movies that every Hindi speaking viewer must watch?
From general in Telugu?
Yeah, maybe not your film, but must watch.
Shiva for sure.
Shiva.
Yeah.
We in Hindi also have had a film, Ram Gopal Verma's
Yeah,
Shiva, right?
It's
Is it the same Shiva?
It's the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
So your mom, Amala Akkineni, is also in that. In
Yes,
Hindi.
yes, my stepmom, Amala, she's in that. Then I'm going to tell you my favorites. Dalapati.
Dalapati.
Yes. Indra.
Indira.
Yeah, Chiranjeevi sir's film I really like. Intlo Illalu, Vantintlo Priyaralu. Dad's film Hello Brother, something I really enjoy.
Hello brother.
Of course, Rajni sir's films. I think Rajni sir's films, there are too
Koi
many.
Mithalo.
There are too many, and I'm sure all of you know those films, too many. But yeah, these are some to sum it up.
Okay. So in the end, we are again coming back to Laal Singh Chaddha. Tell me about your character कि जब वो आपका character आएगा तो मुझे पहले से कुछ पता होना चाहिए उसके बारे में, वो सब बातें बताइए.
So my character's name is Bala Raju. He's from this small town called Bodipalayam from Andhra Pradesh.
Okay.
And he's traveled up north. He's traveled. you got me conscious about that. But yeah, he travels to Kargil to fight the war, and that's where he meets Lal. And they kick off on a beautiful journey because both of them, their worlds are so different from what's around them. I mean, they have no idea about war or about any sort of combat or action. So, and they're just sitting and Bala's dream is to go back and start a chaddi baniyan business. Very simple. Nice. He wants to make chaddi baniyan. So he's Banyan. Okay. There we say banyan. Okay, chaddi banyan. Okay. So he's got this whole business plan and all that, and and he explains it to Lal, and Lal is excited. So they just bond over that journey, and they talk about life, and they share their love experiences, and so many things. So it's very cute, their relationship, because of the innocence that both of them have. There's a lot of humor that comes out of it in this whole army setting, which is such a lovely contrast. So I think that's what you're really going to enjoy a lot, and yeah.
So there's a friend of mine called Captain Raghu Raman. So he tells a very nice, interesting thing that you can spend some time in the army and actually understand the entire India, how does it function. It's so cosmopolitan. And how a wheat-eating man from Delhi is different from a rice-eating man from Chennai. Their thoughts are different.
Absolutely.
Their minds are different.
Yeah, because your gut and your mental health are very related. And I mean, if you eat something that digests well with you, you're in a better mood. And if something that doesn't, you don't accept, obviously you're going to be a little uneasy in the head also. So
and he told us interesting things about, I'm coming to Laal Singh Chaddha's experience, connecting it with that. He said ki a person from Haryana, an army man from Haryana would be like, gali ke bina din nahi shuru hoga. And it's like a part of the culture, ki gali theek hai, gali di to theek hai. But Chennai, Andhra ka army man would not abuse.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how people in the army are also different. Maybe that's why you were cast in Laal Singh Chaddha also, because
yeah, culturally in the army it's from everywhere, and your postings are all over India.
Yeah.
So there's such a diversity and variety in culture.
Yes.
Actually, it's very nice that I know, because I've visited some army camps before, and when I go there, amongst the 100 or 200 soldiers that are there, it's you meet someone from Chennai or someone from Gujarat or someone from could be anywhere from Bombay. So it's amazing the kind of variety
and the diversity that you see in the army. As Rumi said, the wound is where the light enters you. 3 cheers to all the wounds in our lives and a lot of light in our lives and in yours.
Thank you.
Thanks.